Calling all Jacksonville fans. Jacksonville. Jacksonville. Calling all Jacksonville fans. The score was 29-10 in the fourth quarter. I just left the house. I said, yep, the game's over. I done dipped and just went about my business. And then I saw the score because I just wanted to check, see if the game was over. 29-18. Then I checked 29-25. And I'm like, damn, we're actually coming back with 4 minutes left. Should I watch the rest of the game? Nah, Jacksonville probably got this. Probably just an ugly win. And what happened? Texans came back and took the lead. And then we came back and scored again and won the game 36-29. Jacksonville. This was the first time you guys were going to sweep us since 2017. And I actually thought you all were going to accomplish that. How the fuck did y'all lose to Davis Mills? I was talking to some of my Jaguars friends at work, and we were going a little bit back and forth, and I said, listen, you guys are going to beat us this week, but if you don't, you're going to hear it from me. And I'm off today, so I will be at work tomorrow, and I will have to catch their explanations as to the game. To be honest with you, I don't think Texans are going to make the playoffs. I think we're probably just barely going to miss it, like maybe finish 9 or 10, somewhere around in there. But at the same time, it feels good getting a win. Oh, my God. 4-5. I'll take it. I just can't believe Davis Mills won. He was stinking up the joint the entire first 3 quarters of the game. I thought for sure we were going to lose. Yeah, the defense just kept fighting. Oh, Rockets beat the Bucks. Even better. 2 for 0 today. Jacksonville, you should have swept us for the first time in 8 fucking years. And I had you doing it this year. I had you actually sticking the fork in our season today. I looked at the score. It was 29-10. And I looked and I said, yep, this game's over. I didn't even watch the rest of the game. I just went outside. I was just like, fuck it, I'm done. I said, this shit sucks. Man, you guys stunk it up. I hate to say this, Jacksonville, you kept us in this game. And I said it the first half, I was telling my buddy, even though the score was 20-10, I said, Jacksonville should be blowing us out way worse than this. I said, you're going to fuck around and find out if they keep toying with us. And that's exactly what happened today. I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it. Came out in the fourth quarter and scored 26 unanswered points. Can you guys believe that shit? 26 unanswered points in the fourth quarter and got it done. You know, I like our receivers. Noel, Higgins, Hutchinson, and Nico. We might have an actual solid receiving core. We just need some extra running backs. And we definitely need some tight ends. But we might be able to hang in there in the wild card. Oh, Indianapolis won today, which is no secret. Danny Dimes is playing phenomenal. That running back Taylor they got is a beast. I expect the Colts to win the AFC South. I don't think we'll be able to come back we're too far behind them. But you keep the Texans around in that cold month of December and bring back C.J. Stroud in that lineup. If we can get the O-line to block well enough, all I'm saying, we got a chance for the wild card spot. The 7th spot, you put us in at number 7, we might have a chance to run the table. I'm just saying. Don't count us out just yet. We have a chance. Are you saying there's a chance at 4-5? Yeah, we got a chance. A small chance, But it's a little bit of a chance. We got a chance to make the wild card. Just when I want to give up on Houston and say, well, the season's over, Stroud's out, he's not playing, blah, 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 the Texans find a way to just reel me back in. I'm drawn, baby. I'm drawn. And I believe, if I'm correct, we got the Titans hard next. If we beat them, we're 500. If we beat the Titans hards, that'll be 5-5. I think it's either Tennessee or Buffalo. It's one of the two. And speaking of which, the Bills lost to the Dolphins. How the fuck did y'all lose to the Tua? Boy, I told you it's a sad day in the NFL. You know what else is sad? The Saints beat the Panthers. How the fuck did that happen? I for sure had the Panthers winning that game. And they also lost. Too many upsets in the NFL today. Oh yeah, Penn State, they're done. My Longhorns go to Georgia next week. All for the marbles. We gotta beat the Georgia Bulldogs. If we go into Georgia and win, we jump up in the playoff standings. We lose, we're most likely out with 3 L's. Probably won't make the college playoff. So we got a big game this week at Georgia. We've lost to them twice last year. So I'm hoping this year, find a way to get it done, Arch Manning, and get in the dub. Get a big win in Georgia. Well, I can't wait. I can't fucking wait, bro. Who we got next week? And then we got Tennessee Titans hards. And y'all know we finna beat the Titans hards, bro. That's it. Easy dub. That is a easy dub. We go 5-5. I'm just saying, listen, I think we got a chance. That's all I'm saying. And we're not going to win the AFC South, but we got a chance at wild card. One of the wild card spots. And honestly, I'm used to the Texans winning the division and playing at home because if you look at our past history, all of our playoffs, we've won our division. Okay? But I would like to see us win on the road. Give us a little test, shake it up a little bit. This year, I would love to see us on the road for a wild card game. And I don't know, whoever the division winner is we play against and play a nasty fucking game and run the table, man. I would love to see that. It would be a true testament to this franchise to see how it would be like looking at the outside in, just to be on the road for once. I don't know how I feel about this game. I think the Texans played like shit most of the game. I think Jacksonville just out-Jacksonville themselves like always. There's many times Jacksonville should have beaten us, and they beat themselves. Every time I just laugh. It's like they play scared against us. I don't know what it is. It's like when New England used to play all their teams in the AFC East, and they were all scared of them because, Tom Brady was in town. Well, Texans don't have Tom Brady, but for some reason, whenever the Texans go against AFC South opponents the last 10, 15 years, it's like this nervousness they have when they play us. I can't explain it. But, man, I'm telling you, we go out balling every time we play Jacksonville or we play the Titans hards. For some odd reason, they play us scared. I don't get it. It's been at least 10, 12 years since I've noticed this shit. The only team that doesn't really fear us is the Indianapolis Colts. And that's because that they've had a history of kicking our asses from inaugural season till today. Unfortunately, they're the only team that really owns the head-to-head matchup on us. I think Tennessee is slightly ahead of us, but I know Jacksonville, we're ahead of them 32-16. So we've doubled the times we've beaten them in our 24-year franchise history. And Jacksonville, I hate to say this, you're a team that's got great defense, can score on the offensive side of the ball. You're actually putting points on the board. But here's the thing. Jacksonville does what they do best. They fold under pressure. And I hate to say this, but Trevor Lawrence is a big reason why it's happening. I'm not saying he sucks. I'm not saying that. I just think he's overrated. And I think he plays too finesse. And that he's not aggressive enough. The amount of turnovers he had today, unacceptable. The amount of turnovers he had. He's just not aggressive enough in the pocket. I noticed that. He doesn't have any pocket awareness. He's not watching his blind spots to see if there's any pass rusher coming in on the left or the right side. The guy's just not aggressive enough, and he just needs better pocket awareness. I'm just saying, I've noticed that about Trevor Lawrence for probably at least since he's been in the league. He plays too much college-style football. It's time for him to start playing at the NFL pro level. Yes, the Texans, let's fucking go. Bro, I'm just shocked we won. I'm like shocked. I couldn't fucking believe that we won this game. Like, people are like, you see the Texans come back? I'm like, we were down 29-10. They're like, we came back and won. I'm like, what? We came back and won? Hell yeah. Now we're 4-5. I'll take it. I'll take it any day. Like I said, just when I was ready to give up on Houston and call it a season, I said, yep, season's over. When Stroud was out, I said, yeah, Jacksonville will take advantage of this. They'll probably win this game, blow us out. They're up 29-10. I'm like, yep, it's over. I didn't even bother watching. I'm like, it's over. 3-6, we're done. And people were blowing my phone up left and right saying we came back and won. I said, holy shit. I thought they were trolling. And when I looked on ESPN, I was like, what the fuck? We actually came back and won. Like, we actually did it. We pulled it off. I will say the Texans' defense is probably the best defense I've seen since 2019. When we had that opportunity, probably our best chance to win a Super Bowl. And we should have beaten Kansas City that year. And when you blow a 28-0 lead, we should have won that game, bro. If we would have won that game, I think we would have beat Tennessee in the AFC Championship. Now, would we have beaten San Francisco in the Super Bowl? I don't know. But I know we would at least, I think we could have beaten Tennessee in the AFC Championship game. For sure. But man, I'll tell you, this defense is probably the best defense I've seen since 2011, 2012, 2019. Probably 2019 is our best defense ever. And then I would say this one's probably second best. I know, right? I'm doing comparisons of our defense. Our defense is stingy. Alza here, it's a beast, man. He's like our Bernard Pollard. Settle Jr. on the defensive line. Dude, he's killing it. Hunter, another guy's killing on the D-line. Man, that dude is aggressive. Stingley Jr. out there making plays, doing his thing. And we got a cold defense, bro. And we just got a cold defense, like all around. Our defense is just spectacular, bro. And they've been keeping us in this game. They're fighting, and they're causing turnovers, which they did today. Stingley Jr. had an interception. Man, guys are stepping up and they're making plays. I fucking love it. There's nothing wrong with the team that doesn't give up. And the Texans defense doesn't give up. They're stingy. They're nasty. DeMeco Ryans has that defense prepared. He's a defensive guru. Hell, DeMeco played for us for 5 years. He knows 2006 to 2011. So DeMeco's played for us before. He's played for us before in the past. So he knows exactly how this system is, how it works. People are giving DeMeco Ryans shit for the start of the season that we have at 4-5. I'm like, well, yeah, the first 2 years we were 10-7 under him, and we won some, we clinched our division titles, and then we went in the playoffs and made a little noise, and just can't get over that division hump. I was like, to be honest with you, I think he's doing an amazing job. For the first 2 years, what is he? 20-14 as a head coach, minus the wins and losses this year. 24-17. I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, not 24-19. That's not too bad. I'll take it. I'll take it. I think D'Amico Ryans is an awesome head coach, and I think he's just got players fired up and excited to play for him. This is the third year of D'Amico's contract, and I think he's doing a damn good job. Even if we miss the playoffs this year, it happens. Head coaches have a bad year. Teams have a bad year. And I guarantee you, next year, if we could plug up that O-line, shit, we'll be back. We will be back next year. Regardless if we don't make the playoffs this year. We'll be back next year. Just plug up that O-line a little bit. We need a number 2 receiver. We probably need a couple of tight ends. I say 1 or 2 tight ends. And I think we'll be all right. It's been a heck of a season so far next Saturday. Big weekend, college football, NFL. Man, time has been flying this whole year. Absolutely. Marvin says, I saw you on Moohead Radio show earlier. Yeah, we were talking Jets-Browns football. A good guy, man. I'm going to upload that video to my channel. Probably either tonight or in the morning. Just depends on how I'm feeling. But yeah, we got a big game against Georgia next week. Oklahoma's got a big game against Alabama. And it's, like I said, if Bama and Georgia want to kick OU and Texas off the playoffs, their best bet is to knock us out next week. If they knock us out next week, then we're done. I don't think we'll make the playoffs with 3 losses. Alabama versus Oklahoma is a game I'm excited for. Watch 3:30 as this. Oh, yeah. Like I said, it's going to be some big matchups this week. And, like I said, OU and Oklahoma. Oklahoma and Alabama, that's going to be a good one. Texas and Georgia, another big matchup. I'm excited. I can't wait. That's a 3:30 game. Okay. I think the Georgia game's a 11 o'clock a.m. game. I'm going to watch that one. I'll be able to watch that game. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for college football, man. The playoffs is heating up. We're down to the last 3 weeks. We got Georgia at Georgia. Then I think we go at Arkansas. And then we host A&M the last week. So if Texas wants in, they got to find out to beat Georgia. And they got to beat A&M. Not looking past Arkansas, but I think we could beat them. But we got to figure out how to way to beat A&M. A&M's ranked 3rd in the country. Georgia's ranked 5 in the country. We'll let that sink in. Georgia, Texas at 7 p.m. God damn it, I'll be at work. The SEC's been fun. Jags defense letting Davis Mills walk into the end zone. Just effortless football. I know. Y'all had Davis Mills out there looking like Tom Brady. I'm trying to figure that one out. Like I said, I had y'all, when y'all were whipping our ass 29-10, I just laughed and I just like, yep, it's over. And I just walked outside. I said, yep, I'm just going to go ahead and enjoy the rest of my day. And I saw Texans scored a touchdown, I guess went for 2 and made it. I was like, 29-18, garbage time points. All right, bet. Game's over. Yeah, so we scored again. 29-25, and I'm like, 4 minutes left. I'm like, okay, Jacksonville probably makes the first downs, run the clock out. Yeah, just garbage time touchdowns. Make it a little bit more. Make our loss not as bad. And then I heard we won. And I'm like, you're going to be at the game versus OU? Shit, have fun. Man, they're going to have some late games on Saturday, man. I was wanting to see my Texas Longhorns against the Georgia. Now I can't live stream that game. Oh, man. I'll be at work for that one. Ah, fuck it. Guess it wasn't meant to be. I'll just catch it on. I'll just watch it when I'm over there. You put Trevor Lawrence on the LA Rams or Green Bay Packers, he'll be MVP conversation. I don't know about that, man. That dude, he was the one causing a lot of turnovers for the Jaguars. I'm just saying, a fumble. He fumbled it once, and then he threw 2 interceptions. I mean, come on, man. He's been turning the ball over. It's not the offensive line's fault he's fumbling the ball. The first interception. What's your thoughts on T.Y. Simpson? Well, at the beginning of the season, I thought he was okay, and now he's been stepping up. I got a friend named Simpson I work with, and I always tell him, "Are you related to T.Y. Simpson?" He said, "Shit, I wish I'd have his money." I'm like, "Well, he ain't getting paid yet. He's got to go to the NFL." But yeah, Alabama. It's like when I think of them, I think of Nick Saban. Gotta hate Nick Saban, but I hate him for all the right reasons because he wins. It's like when you hate Bill Belichick, you hate Tom Brady. You hate them because they keep beating you and they're too damn good, but you don't want to admit it. It's like that with Bama. Bama, I wanted to see them lose so badly. As soon as Nick Saban lost, I'm like, yep, you guys are done. And then that turned out to be a lie because, of course, they didn't make the playoffs last year for college playoff, but they kind of hung around a little bit. But this year, they definitely proven that the Nick Saban effect rubbed off on Alabama Crimson Tide pretty well, pretty effective. And they got a good quality win at Georgia. I was rooting for Georgia. I wanted Georgia to kick their ass, even though I hate Georgia too. But when Bama won, I was like, oh shit, Bama's back. Oh shit, now you guys are hovering at 4. How many championships y'all got? I think 6. Right? You got to give Nick Saban credit, man. He turned y'all's team into the fucking Patriots of the college football. Everyone hates Bama, but it's out of the fact that y'all win too much. And when you win in life, people hate it. And I hate it. I hate the fact y'all fuckers keep winning, man. And 4 ranked wins, and 5th ranked, 18 national titles, 6. Oh, God. How many does UT have? We got 4. And our last one was in 2006, the Rose Bowl against Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, and the USC Trojans. If you go and watch that game, Vince Young, man, had one of his best games. That's probably, argumentatively, one of the best college championship games of all time. Now, is it the best? Probably not, but it's on the top 10, 15, 20, whatever. It's got to be one of the top games of all time, one of the top finishers. 2015, 2009, 2020. All right. I think 2009 y'all beat us. If I'm correct, didn't y'all take out Colt McCoy? I think that was the one in 09, right? Y'all injured that motherfucker in the I remember that. Oh my God. That gives me nightmares thinking about it. And Colt McCoy was never the same after that. Like, he went on to the NFL, sure. I mean, he had an okay career. I mean, it wasn't completely terrible. Was he a starting quarterback? Probably not. But I think that injury changed the complexity of his career when he got hurt and taken out of the game. That was 2009. I'll never forget. But yeah, we had championships back when Earl Campbell was playing. I think our championships were we had a back-to-back. I think it was in 63 was our first one. Because I had the actual poster up there. And then I think we won in 77 and 78 or something like that. And then we got one in 06. So we got 4. We got 4. Mark Ingram Heisman. Reggie Bush needs his damn Heisman Trophy back. I think he's going to get it back. This player's getting paid now. Might as well go ahead and give him his Heisman back. They said he was cheating or some shit, or he took some money under the table. Man, all them college players get paid. Well, the big ones, the big names. Yeah, my brother went to school with a guy named Gerald Green for basketball, and he ended up getting drafted by the Boston Celtics at the 18th pick, the first round. And when the recruiters from the NBA came to at the time Gulf Shores Academy, which is now closed, they gave him a Cadillac, and they were stuffing his money. They were lining his pockets up with money, and he was bragging about it. Like, he went all around school, was telling my brother and everybody that they bought him a new Cadillac. NBA recruiters, and they were stuffing his pockets. So, I mean, players are always get paid under the table. That's always been a thing. It's no secret. It's just don't get caught. It's all fun and games till you get busted, right? That made a big strides for Alabama, and I'm telling you, man, Alabama's playing pretty good football. The question is going to be that gauntlet in the playoffs. That's going to be real nice. You got OSU at number 1, Indiana at number 2. They're most likely going to meet for the Big Ten championship. You got what is it? Bama's at 4. Who's at number 3? It's not Oregon. I think Oregon is. I want to say Oregon is 7 or 8. Or are they 6? I forgot where they were ranked, but I know that who's number 3? Who is number 3? I always forget who number 3 is. I know 4 is Bama, 5 is Georgia, 7 is Ole Miss. Texas A&M's 3. I'm tripping, and we got them the last week of the season. How could I forget? Yeah, we got A&M last game. They come to our house in Darrell. That's right. We got them bastards last game of the season. I can't wait. Can't wait for some A&M, man. I can't wait till we play Texas A&M. Boo, we ran the gauntlet last year for the SEC. So, I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, it doesn't really matter what conference you put Texas in. If I had it my way, I would stay in the Big 12. That's just me personally. I thought that the SEC is kind of already a dominant conference, and they kind of already get first dibs on because they're owned by Disney, ESPN, the rights to Disney, blah blah blah. So they kind of get a little bit more favoritism than the rest of the Power 5 conferences. So I thought it wouldn't be right to just make them a powerhouse. Thought Texas and OU. What they really should have done was they should have said, let's recruit Notre Dame and bring Notre Dame in the Big 12 and have us compete with the SEC. So you'd have like 2 super conferences battling off. But I think what it was, Texas was already pissed off at the Big 12, and the Big 12 wasn't too happy with us because we had the SEC network, or the Longhorn network, which kind of destroyed the Big 12. The Big 12 had their own network, and, it's just the powerhouses, the egos got in the way. And I just think that, and then the fact that you basically just had a 10-game schedule. It was just a rematch for the Big 12 championship from a game you played against another team earlier in the year. It was just a whole disaster there. I think as much as I would have loved to stay in the Big 12, I just think it was just destined for both teams to part ways. Alabama versus A&M. Oh, shit. You talking about for the SEC championship? Man, there's still like 5 or 6 teams in the hunt for the SEC championship, dude. Texas actually still has a chance, believe it or not. It's a small chance, but they still somewhat have a chance. We have to beat Georgia this week if we want a shot at the SEC championship game. But right now it would be A&M versus who would A&M play? I know A&M's number 1 in the SEC right now. I don't know exactly who they would play. Texas joined the SEC for recruiting purposes and longevity. If the SEC didn't need them, but they need the SEC. Well, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, like I said, it is what it is. It's this is our second year in the SEC, and it's a new feather now. So it's a new storyline. How do you like the college playoff? Marvin says. Do you like top 12, or do you think we could add more teams? I'm always an advocate for more teams. I think that college football realizes something. There's too much money on the table to not add more teams. Whether college football wants to admit it or not, they're competing with the NFL. It just is what it is. Sure, your players get drafted to the NFL and the large contracts, but college football, they're a business. And when there's money on the table, just imagine if you could make the college football a top 16. Man, just imagine the money involved, the betting odds. which I'm not a fan really of the bets and all that because I think gambling has destroyed sports. But that's just another topic for another discussion. But nonetheless, if you ask me personally, I'm a fan. I love college football. I actually like it more than the NFL. But I'll take, I will take a top 16 playoff for college football. Oh, I'd fucking love it. I mean, I like it now, but if you did a top 16, oh my God. Just imagine all the fans out the woodwork, man. Just to know that your team has a chance to like actually, actually compete in an actual, there's an actual path to a playoff. I think the only thing that what college football needs to do is that they need to figure out a path to a championship, like to define it and say, okay, you win your division or your conference, and you make up some sort of playoff tournament to determine a winner. And they say, well, you got some conferences that are weak and blah blah blah. That's not really fair that you would put up a Conference USA winner to take on the SEC winner in round one. That's not fair. Well, I look at it like this. Well, if that's the case, then why even bother having a conference for like a weaker division teams? Why not just have them all join power conferences? I think Mel Kiper said it best. Just have four super conferences of all the teams divided in each conference. So that would be like what 130 schools. Divide that into four, and but then the scheduling thing would still become an issue because you're only playing 12 games anyway. I mean, there's never really I guess, a foolproof way of defining an actual path to a champion based on a set of games. It's only 12 games. You got 130 schools. That's the only problem is it's going to be like, well, there's still going to be the scrutiny of, okay, well, it's 12 games, enough sample size to determine an actual champion based on the trajectory of 130 schools. By the naked eye test and the math, I would say probably not. But at the same time, what they, I'm just a fan of advocate of playoff expansion. That would solve most problems and just say, look, you win your division, you're part of the conversation of a playoff. And then after that, you can do at-large bids. I mean, that's really, it's for college football, it's a little bit harder. It's not like for college basketball where like, they got 68 teams, and now I heard they're trying to expand it to from 68 to I think what is it to? They're trying to add like I think another 8 teams or something like that. I heard 76, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. I mean, but for basketball, it's not. There's no contact in basketball. It's more so like you got your ACL, your Achilles. I'm not saying those aren't important, but it's not as physical as football. So I can understand why for football you got to limit the amount of games, and plus these players still got to go to the NFL healthy. They still got to be able to get paid, and there's always going to be that kind of scrutiny. I guess for college football, there's always going to be a lot of questions about, well, the same teams get in every year. It's not fair. Same teams get first dibs on recruiting. And to be fair, Texas is even part of that. Is part of that conversation where they get shown a little favoritism by, sponsors and stuff, and the league or whatever because they're one of the big schools. The OSU's, the OU's, the Bamas, the Longhorns, the Michigans, these schools that always seem to be ranked at the top. Like they ranked us number one this year, and I thought that was bullshit. Now they're like, oh, that's because of Archman, and I'm like, yeah, so fucking what? We lost 12 players last year to the NFL, and OSU lost 14. They're the defending champs. Shouldn't they be ranked ahead of us? But instead, we're ranked ahead of OSU going into the first game, and I didn't agree with that. There's some years I would look and Texas would have a bad recruiting year, and they would still have us ranked in the top 15. I'm like, how the fuck did we get ranked 15 or 14? And we had a horrible recruiting year that year. It's just because, there's a little bit of bias when it comes to like the same teams being at the top. And I'll admit, I'll be the first to admit, I think Texas is one of those teams that kind of gets a little bit favoritism a little. I don't necessarily agree with it, but it's the reality of the situation. It says, I always take one game a season at a time, especially this year. College football It's a mini NFL, which is good. I think we need divisions like back in the East versus West. Can't keep having round robin the tiebreakers. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we should bring divisions back. I like that. You win your division, and then you get the top two division winners, and then they meet for the college or the SEC championship. Some people even said we should get rid of the SEC or the championship games and or championship week, and then make an extra round for playoffs and have college playoff expansion. I mean, I guess I'm up for that, but then again, if you had two division winners, I don't know what would it factor in. You know, I guess winning your conference championship, I guess, would still mean something. I guess if you were just to win based on your regular season record, I don't know. I think either way, there's always, college football is always going to have more questions than answers about the path to the championship. But I think that's what kind of makes college playoffs a little bit exciting. I think the best way you can do it is just expand the college playoff. That's all you really can do. I think the top 16, to me, I think would be the sufficient number. Sufficient number. Here I am talking about college football, even though my Texans won today against Jacksonville. I mean, I'm happy that they won. I think that at 4-5, we're still kind of hanging in there. Like I said, we got the Titans, I think, coming up next. I think we go at Tennessee, if I'm correct. We go at the Titans' house. I think we play them or the Bills. It's one of the two. I got to look it up. I'm just lazy right now. There's always risk involved playing in a championship game with players getting injured, but that's why there is 100. There is 100 scholarship players, but it's the risk you have to take to get a bye in the playoffs. Yeah, like I said, it's going to be fun, man. The college playoffs. Now they're doing the actual college playoff pick. I think where they do the committee pick the playoff teams. Everybody won in the top so far except for BYU. I think BYU is the only one that lost. They lost to Texas Tech, so I do expect them to drop from 7. I think they'll drop out of the top 12. I think so because they lost. I think was it 29-7 or some shit to Texas A&M or I mean Texas Tech. So Texas Tech will take 7. I think all the top 6 teams will remain in their spots. The question's going to be is if whoever wins out of OSU and Indiana for the Big Ten championship, I'm just curious as to how far they'll drop in the standings. Will it drop them out of the playoffs? Or will it just drop them just a little bit further down? There's only 3 teams left undefeated as of right now for college football. I think it's OSU, it's Indiana, and is it A&M? I think those are the only ones that are. Those 3 are the only 3 schools that are left undefeated. No more auto bids last year was an example of getting auto bids. All of them lost last year. I love the idea of having a playoff games on campus. Is what I like so far. Yeah, I agree. I like the home games too. I mean, it just you get home field advantage. I fucking love it. So like the first round too. Like last year we played Clemson and we beat Clemson. That was a damn good game. And then we went to Arizona State. And then we almost lost that game, but we managed to come back and win. And then we lost the big game against OSU last year. We lost that game. Well, it was a travesty, but it is what it is. We made the Final Four. Now we're seeing the birth of Arch Manning, and, is he going to be able to go through his progressions and become this elite quarterback and just walk through the same shoes as Peyton and Eli and Archie Manning and blah, blah, blah. We're going to see exactly, how he performs going from here on out. But yeah, you got a big game against Georgia next week on the 15th. And boy, that's going to be a tough game. That's going to be a really hard game. No joke. If Georgia and Alabama, do you think Bama has a chance to win the college? Yeah, I mean, obviously, but the gauntlet of the playoffs is going to be hard. Boy, is it going to be hard. And there's going to be a lot of good teams. OSU, remember, they're still the defending champions, so they're still front runners to winning the whole thing. Indiana's one of those sleeper teams too. What was that coach that brought in all those guys from Jackson State? And man, he has turned that program around. Indiana is a fun team to watch. A&M's another one, and A&M looks damn good this year. Alabama looks amazing, and they look good this year. Georgia, another one. They look good this year. What do you think's the most overrated team in the college playoff right now? I don't know. Oregon doesn't look too good. I think Oregon's definitely overrated. They barely beat Iowa this week. It was what, 18-16? Barely won. They're ranked what, 7 in the nation? Yeah, I would have to say probably Oregon, in my opinion. I can't believe Miami's out of the playoff. Well, yeah, that's because they fucking got their asses kicked. They lost to SMU. That was a big upset. Yeah. Of course they're going to move out of it. And they're still ranked 18, so I mean, they still could technically kind of get in if they can qualify for an ACC championship game. They might actually be able to get in, believe it or not, if they can get an ACC title. If assuming that they're still eligible to win the ACC championship. Man, I still couldn't believe we beat the Jaguars today. Indiana's overrated. I still don't buy Indiana. Only one ranked win. They cancel the home and away series versus Virginia. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, we got 3 weeks left. And Bama's got a good game. They're at home against OU, against Batir. I like the Batir guy. And then we got at Georgia, so Georgia, Alabama are home to the two teams in the SEC that are up and coming, and this is gonna feel like some sort of championship week, like a playoff preview. I mean, if you're Georgia and Bama and you knock out OU and Texas, you're like, not only can we beat them, but we could take them out of the college playoff this week with 3 L's. Because we got two, OU got two, and if they both beat us, that's 3 losses. That means we're probably gonna most likely not make college playoff. We'll be too far behind. Man, I'll tell you, it's been a it's an interesting season. What do you think about NBA? Oh, NBA sucks. I mean, again, it's the beginning of the season for basketball. I can't get into basketball right now. It's too early, Marvin. I mean, I know Rockets beat the Bucks today. I mean, yeah, that's great, woohoo! But I can't get too excited about basketball right now. It's too early. Come talk to me about basketball and maybe in December after Christmas. Thoughts on KD? I mean, I think he's playing well. I think he's playing pretty good so far. I mean, he has a team playing good. It seems like he's happy here. He signed an extension with us. So it looks like he's happy here. I guess my question would be is, can he stay healthy for the whole season? That's going to be the biggest question. Given his age, given the miles on him, do I think that he can stay healthy long enough to be sustainable for a playoff run? As of right now, he's looking good. But again, we're only, 9 games in the season or something like that, so we still got a long time for KD. But as of right now, I'm going to the Rockets game against the Mavericks on the... Yeah, what's up? I was going to say... Yeah. We'll do that.
And after that, we can stop at the Bogies apparently and have a shot apiece. I know you don't drink, but
Yeah, I know. Okay, well, let's go to the barbecue place first, and then we'll go swing by.
One shot's not gonna kill you.
Okay, so we'll do barbecue, and after that, we'll go swing by Bogue.
The barbecue place closes at 9:30. If we want, we can leave like in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's up to you, unless you want to do Bogies.
Yeah. Give me 30 minutes, and we'll head out.
Okay.
Sounds good.
We'll leave at 7:30, 7:02.
All right, cool.
Oh, I downloaded some Way Jennings to listen out.
Oh, Way Jennings? Yeah. That's fine. They need to cancel championship games for the playing games between the 3rd through 6 teams. Well, that would be nice. Sorry about that, guys. We were talking about where we're going to go at tonight. We're going to go to get some barbecue food in about 30 minutes. And then after that, we're going to go to Bogey's. Go hang out. That's my spot up there, man. Go to the Bogue. We call it the Bogue. Even though it's called Bogey's, but we call it the Bogue. That's the hangout spot. Everybody from the neighborhood goes up there, man. Fridays and Saturdays are packed. The whole bar's packed. Karaoke night Friday. Thursday night, steak night. Wednesday night, wing night. Oh, I'm going to the Rockets game. We're going to Dallas on January 3rd. And I got my tickets already. So I'll be driving to Dallas for that game. And I might just record a little bit. Just a little, let y'all see a little bit of live footage of the game. You know, not too much of it. Just a little. But yeah, we're going to Dallas for the 3rd. And then my homeboy, you know, since he's a Mavericks fan, I told him I'll get him tickets against the Sixers on the 1st, the New Year's Day. The Sixers will go to the Mavericks. I'll go to that game just as a spectator, I guess. And then the game against the Rockets, my Rockets on that Saturday, man. I'm excited. I try to go to at least like 2 Rockets road games a year. One in San Antonio, one in Dallas. So I would have went to the one in San Antonio last Friday. Or this Friday. The problem was it threw my back out. Yeah. And that fucking sucks when you throw your fucking back out. So I threw my back out and I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not going to go to San Antonio and drive 3 hours with a bad back. Bama versus Texas in 2027, 2028. I'm going to those games. Oh, man, that's going to be badass. Have fun. Have fun when you go in 2027, 2028. Nothing's like going to a college football game. I've been to about 6, 7 Longhorns games. It's just the college football is way different than the NFL. It's just a better feel for the game, man. The tailgate in. It's just a lot better. The atmosphere. It's way better than an NFL game. I haven't been to an NFL game since 2017. Now, I don't get excited about going to NFL games anymore. This is not my thing. They're like, let somebody else go. Really, if you're going to go to an NFL game, you're going to go for the tailgate experience. You know, you set up a tailgate party. You used to be able to buy just a regular parking pass, and you could set your trailer up or whatever, and or whatever your vehicle, and you do your little tailgating party. Now I think they require you to buy a game ticket. From the last time I checked, I don't know if they changed that, but that means you'd have to buy at least one game ticket. But even if you did, you could buy the cheapest one. The cheapest ticket's like $40-$50. Buy one, fuck it. Everybody chips in on it. You got 8-9 people going to this little tailgating party. Just say everybody chip in, $3-4. And then, let's go. I'll also be going to Bama versus Iowa State. Man, have fun. Have fun. I see you got your whole like thing planned out. No, I mean, hey, all power to you. I plan on going to some Longhorns games in the future. Like, I'll probably go to a couple of them next year. For sure. But yeah, I'm going to get back into college feel again. I'm definitely going to get back into it. But yeah, it was a good win for Houston, man. We're 4-5. We're hanging in there by a thread. By a measly thread. At least the Texans are fighting. They're not giving up. I give them credit to that. We should have already been eliminated by now. But the team still keeps fighting, and hey, man, Can't blame. Hey, can't knock a man who's fighting. I hope Texans can get maybe the 7th spot. I don't think the Colts are going to lose that AFC South, man. They're just too far ahead of everybody. 8-2, they're fucking killing it right now. I think they're the best team in the AFC. If I'm correct, I think they're number 1. And you don't want to fuck with the Colts right now. Danny Dimes out there, I think they call him Indiana Jones. That's the nickname he's got. Because Danny Jones, aka Indiana, the state of Indiana, Jones. So they call him Indiana Jones. And man, Daniel Jones is looking nice. So, like I said, that guy's looking dangerous, man. Just saying, I don't want to fuck with the Colts right now. The Colts are probably going to sweep us. Like I said, I'll be rooting for them if they make the playoffs. I'll be rooting for them to lose. Because that's just the inner demon in me, to root against my teams in my division. I want to, there's a couch, come join us. Come join us on the couch. That's what's up, man. All right, well, 7:08. Let me get my ass up out of here, man. Trying to go get some damn barbecue food, man.